Hey everybody, and welcome back to First Time Watch Fridays here on Horror Film Lovers. I'm your host, Jonathan Moody, and this is the second episode to come out this Friday because last week I fucked up and was not able to get Come True out on time, and so I decided to both of them back to back, put them out together, and here we go. So I am watching the movie, or I watched the movie Sliced, which I bought at Dark Delicacies. It had a few people's autographs, I believe, on it, including James Balsamo, the writer director. It's funny because I got it right after I met up with James for my birthday. So on my birthday, January 12th, 2024, I went to Dark Delicacies after my birthday lunch with James and his girlfriend and a bunch of other friends of mine. Jackie Hall, I introduced her to Dark Delicacies. She had never been there before. And we went looking around and we saw the uh Sliced. I saw Sliced there and I was like, oh, I gotta pick up a James Balsamo Blu-ray. So I picked that up and I mean, this movie is a James Balsamo movie. Everything about it is James Balsamo. The Bogeyman, which is a character he created for this, which is this golf ball headed killer, just says puns the whole time. I mean, I'm pretty darn sure that's James Balsamo's voice. Um, the only weird thing about this movie is that James isn't like the main character. He might be the main villain, but he's not the main character. He's usually the main character. He is in it, but like there is no real main character in this movie. There's characters throughout it and no like hero. There's everybody kind of steps up at one point or another. So yeah. Um, all in all though, I will say it was pretty funny. Um, it's got moments where because they have so many celebrity deaths and then cameos and stuff, but it just felt a little weird, like it was too much, maybe. And they were trying to make up for the fact that they didn't have like a lead character in the lead story. Um, I know there's a Slice 2 that is either out or coming out. And I don't know. I really liked G. Larry Butler's in this, Eric Roberts. I mean, cameos in this movie is huge. Uh, I know, was it Richard Elfman and his wife Anastasia are in it. But like their deaths are so weird because you can tell they shot them at at the hotels. I recorded one. I've done a cameo at a hotel with James for Bite School. You get to see me in my boxers, which I don't know if you want to or not. Probably not, but you can. In that movie. If you've seen the movie, you know. But in what is it? In that, it sort of was like, this girl comes in, she's naked, she comes in, she eats us, like whatever. And so she runs at us or whatever. She runs at Roberta Lombardi in that scene. But in this movie, the killer's killing them, but like it sort of was off camera. Like everybody's like, ah, and then they cut and stuff. And I'm like, so obviously they couldn't do that inside the convention. Like they couldn't have blood spurt out in the convention or something. But or they couldn't look like they're gonna kill the guest at the convention. I don't know. But it just seemed a little strange. So I don't know. I always like the cameos where like it's sort of like they're talking about the person, almost like an interview, where they're like, oh, that guy, yeah, he was pretty cool. I liked him. The people who are playing the cameos have no idea what they're, like who the person is or what I mean? They're just probably told that, all of a sudden. But in this movie, they're being killed, so it's like the bogeyman will kill them in some kind of way, and usually based on what they are. So, um, my favorite one, I'm going to say this, I'm going to spoil this. I'm sorry. This is actually one of the best gags in the movie, is that the guy who is the uh one of the musicians in the Doors gets killed with a door. So, the bogeyman's like, I'm gonna kill a member of the Doors with the door. And I thought that was pretty funny because like when I saw the door there, it's like, what is going on? And then he takes the door and you're like, right? Kills him with it. I thought that was like probably the best gag in the film. I did love Eric Roberts, and I kind of wish he had been in it a little bit more as the mayor. I think he was the mayor. Yeah, he's like the mayor of the city. It's supposed to be like Jaws because he won't shut down the golf course. So it's like Jaws on a golf course, which we already got that with another movie, Blades. But that was a lawnmower. This is just the bogeyman, a guy who is a mascot for the golf course, and he's going around. He's evil now and killing everybody. It's just crazy. Do I recommend this movie? If you're used to James Balsamo, I absolutely 100%. Like if you love James Balsamo, this is the ultimate James Balsamo movie because it does all his normal things like every second. Like there's literally like three or four gags that they just do the whole time. So like the cameos, there's a random nudity like slumber party scene, and and then there's like the mayor and the cops stuff. And so the cops come and arrest people or chat with them, and whatever. So there's things like that throughout the whole thing. And they'll do that, like it'll be like cameo, slumber party, cop, cameo, mayor, slumber party, cop. And it just sort of keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. And after a while, like maybe a normal person's not used to James Balsamo or not a huge James Balsamo fan, might turn it off after a while because it's pretty much basically a loop. And there's really up until the end where things get a little crazy, and I'm not gonna spoil that, but like things get even crazier. You can kind of see a little bit of things behind me. Um, I absolutely love the Bogeyman. I thought the mask was fucking awesome. I mean, that was neat. Um, I actually contacted uh the creator of the mask after and told him I loved it. I loved it so much. It's that you could, see, and these are things he told me James Osama, asked for this. So, but it was like it looked like a golf ball, on the dude's head, and it was a golf ball skeleton. So that was pretty cool. Um, Aside from that, I really don't have much else to talk about with it. I mean, like I said, it's one, two, and three, and then over. I mean, and the nude scenes after a while felt a little weird because it felt like they were just putting their clothes on and taking it back off and putting it back on and taking it back off, and I was just like, what is going on? Like, could he not get more people to do this? And then there was like a random shower scene. So I feel like they were gonna do more, but they just didn't have enough. So he was like, "Yeah, we'll just we shot a lot at this, slumber party. Let's just put all those in there." I don't know. I love James. I his stuff is his stuff. Like everything. Whenever you see a James Balsamo movie, you know a James Balsamo movie. Um, and I just enjoyed watching it. It was a fun little movie. Um, I definitely liked it more than that last one come true. So, once again, if you watch this movie, you know what you're getting. If you watch James Balsamo movies, you know what you're getting yourself into. So, anywho, hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll be back next week with a brand new episode. Until then, everybody, bye.